you feel like quitting, remember all of those who said you'd fail. When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. When you feel like quitting, remember what you're doing it all for. When you feel like quitting, remember, pain is temporary and greatness lasts forever.
When you feel like quitting, remember that the pain you feel today will be replaced with the strength you need tomorrow. Remember that every ounce of pain you feel is building a stronger you, a stronger body, a stronger mind, and a stronger character. So push through the pain. Don't let it stop you. Force it to grow you.
Don't back down from the pain. Face it. Feel no pain. There is no pain. That painful last rip. That's nothing. Give me more. Push harder.
Too tight, too hard, too busy, too early, too stressed. No excuses. Too tight, no excuses. Too hard, no excuses. Too busy, no excuses. Too early, no excuses. Too stressed, no excuses. When I feel like quitting, I remember there's too many people I need to prove wrong.
It doesn't matter where you start, it matters where you finish.
You just have to do things that you never think you're going to have to do in order to survive and get through it.
When you're going through hell, don't stop. Don't pitch a tent in hell. Don't build a Holiday Inn in hell.
It takes as long as it takes. I hate to say that. You can go to the gym for 9 hours, but you won't get into shape. If you go to the gym every day for 20 minutes, you will get into shape. But the problem is I don't know how long it takes. It'll be a little quicker for some, a little slower for others. And so there's no app for trust. There's no app for that. This is a human condition, and we have to do the things that are right for human beings. And you won't build trust with everybody on the team at the same pace. Some will be quicker and some will be slower. How long does it take to make a friend? I don't know. I just know that if you do the right thing, you will make a friend.
You gotta get up, you gotta get out. The amount of time you spend outside your proximity or location where you sleep gives you a better chance of being successful. So get up, get out. Go meet the world head on, folks, no matter how bad it is.
I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of people, 99% of people disagree with me. Everybody says follow your passions. I say that's bullshit, right? I say follow your efforts. It's amazing how we're all passionate about things.
On our priority pathway, you got to say no.
Gotta say no.
So I've really become a master of saying that's just not working for me. But in years past, I was too cluttered.
So every single organization on the planet, even our own careers, always function on the same 3 levels. What we do, how we do it, and why we do it. Everybody knows what they do. These are the products we sell, the services we offer. Some know how they do it. These are the things we call our unique selling propositions, or our differentiating value propositions, whatever it is, the things that we think make us stand out from the crowd. But very, very few people and very, very few organizations can clearly articulate why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make money, that's a result. By why, I mean what is your purpose, what is your cause, what is your belief? Why does your company exist? Why did you get out of bed this morning? And why should anyone care? And what I learned is that organizations or leaders that start by telling you what they do are less able to inspire people to do business with them, inspire loyalty, where those who start with why, whether it's Steve Jobs or Mahatma Gandhi, are able to command loyalty and are able to innovate in ways that others cannot. And the reason I say that every company functions this way is because the model is not based on highfalutin management theory. It's based on the biology of human decision making. This is how the brain works. That when you start with why, it talks to the part of the brain that is responsible for decision making and feelings like trust and loyalty.
Will you work with me? And you don't have to put money. I'll do the work to prove it. And if I get it done, then we'll figure it all out. Or they agree to a price and then they'll pay it at that point. And one by one, I just kept on making customers happy. And lost some, for every one I lost, picked up 3. And I was so nervous about the whole thing that, I couldn't imagine slowing down. And so people talk about, life, family, balance. I had none. I mean, I literally remember dating some girl, and this is the truth. And it was like, we'd been dating a couple years, and like, Mark, you're so into your work. I mean, I want to pick a fence, I want a house, I want kids. It's me or your job. And I was like, or me or your company. And I was like, what's your name again?
I'm 60 years old, and everybody who works for me is younger than me, and they'll tell you, I'll work you up under the table.
Vision.
If you're going to make mistakes in your life, make them fast, right? If you're going to lose a deal, make them lose the deal fast. If you're not going to make any money on a deal, make sure the deal's quick.
There's part of you that either wants to create a business, or you obviously already have created a business. The hardest part is taking that first step, right? There's always that line, like I was talking about earlier, that you have to take a step past. But the thing, people always say, well, you know, you're not afraid to start a business. Why aren't you? It's terrifying, or, you know, it scares me to do it. And my attitude has always been, if you're prepared, it's not a risk, right? Bobby Knight, who was the coach at Indiana University, used to say, everybody's got the will to win, but it's only those with the will to prepare that do win. And the same applies to business. We've all seen our friends go out there and just wing it. You know, it's my passion. We're all passionate about something. I'm passionate about basketball. It doesn't make me an NBA player, right? It's not just about passion. It's not just about saying I'm doing it. It's not even about incorporating. It's not about the idea. It's about, are you prepared and are you willing to do the work?
You got to quit. You got to quit saying nonsensical stuff like, you know, I'm happy where I'm at, and we're good. We're all good. You know,
Business is good.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
I'm better off than somebody in that. You got to quit comparing yourself to other people.
Yeah.
You got to quit talking like the middle class.
Yeah.
Like you've somehow arrived because somebody in Iran is suffering.
Yeah.
You know, you're good until you're not. There's nobody watching that gives enough money to charity.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody watching should be able to give $1 million a year to charity, but you can't. You know why you can't? You would if you could, but you can't because you didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't produce enough, because by the way, it's not your money anyway.
Yeah.
Somebody else gave you the money, and you pass it on. Most of you are like, I'm really charitable, I'm really good, but you never do enough. Why? Because you never had enough. Because you didn't produce enough, because you didn't work enough, because you didn't expand enough. So I would just say to people, look, have some loftier goals.
You are at your best when you are authentic to your core, and you have to be what you are, not what they call you.
You know, I tend to believe that there's no finality in anything. You know, it's not like, you know, even though our lives are finite, life is infinite. You know, life goes on. And for me, the goal is not to produce something that has an endpoint, but to produce something that has momentum that can live on beyond me.